Hello, welcome back. Man, it has been a hot minute, I'll be honest. Uh, since the last time we actually had anything going. There we go. Yeah, so I'm Valgan. I do VR chat world content creation, tutorials, and standalone Unity development. And I have been gone for a hot minute here. Let's see, what have I been up to? A couple weeks ago, I went and visited my partner up in Vancouver, which is not near where I live, so that was basically an entire week's worth of streaming that dipped out there. And then we had like one day that I could have streamed after that before I ended up moving apartments, but I figured, oh, we'll just hold off here for a bit. And then when I came back from Vancouver, I moved apartments. I'm actually in the same building I was in before, but I'm in a cheaper and hilariously better apartment unit, I guess. But yeah, I'm loving the new place. That said, it's still an absolute mess. Yeah, there's a lot to be done still to really make it look like someone has moved in and not just arrived. But yeah, that's what I've been up to here for a bit. Now, we need to work on the Armory game mode stuff that I was doing before. It's actually pretty fleshed out from what I can remember. I think we just got proper team handling for the game modes. So we have final team winners, which has innocents and traitors, which are just text that you put in here. Total round duration, and my understanding is this just works. I know we were testing this a bit 3 maybe weeks ago now. Which is a while ago. But yeah, since there isn't enough people to start a game here in the editor one, I try to start a game, I become the detective, and the game ends because, well, there's nothing to happen. All right. I like this. This is all actually working. This means that since the actual game mode stuff is kind of just set up properly now, we can go to all of the nice fancy stuff like continuing to make custom weapons or having a little UI on your wrist that tells you what the time is, like the game mode, your health, and stuff like that. Because right now, if you're in game, you just look up and you have like a little label above your head, which works. It works pretty good. But there's a few instances where you might want some different stuff. For example, it might be good to be able to stash which gun you have instead of just carrying each one around. But for the most part, I'm not really entirely sure what I want to do for that. That one would probably be a bit more of a, hey, how do people feel about this? What kind of things should I be adding to this in the future? Kind of question, rather than me making a big, like, instant decision on that right now. So I think, what would be the good way to start with this? I guess we can just come up with a demo environment. Yeah, let's come up with a demo game mode where we can spawn some stuff and do things. So if I have my setup here, there we go. So this mode is just called Game System TTT for Trouble in Terrorist Town, but realistically, this is just a hey, whichever of this team remains. Well, Whichever of the listed teams is the remaining team, they win. So I think we can just go ahead and make like a murder game mode. I think this should be fun. Yeah, let's do something I haven't done on the stream yet and just open up Blender. We'll come up with a little layout for the environment and we can just go from there. Assuming Blender actually opens. Jimmy, hi. Hello, welcome. I was just discussing how a lot of the actual setup for stuff is fully working now. So we have our game mode handling here for our first example game mode, which is just whatever team is remaining. Why is there no one else here? Because I was gone for 3 weeks. I was visiting my partner over in Vancouver, and then after that I moved apartments. So suddenly, I was just gone for 3 weeks and didn't stream for that whole time. And well, yeah, that does things to your recurring viewership. That being said, I do tend to get a viewership spike halfway through my streams. So like I usually stream for 2 hours, and a lot of times I will get a spike at the 1 hour mark. I don't know if it's just like when people get off work or if there's just no like causation to it whatsoever. But people do tend to trickle in pretty slowly at the start and then kind of find their way into the project. But for now, I think we can just make a quick map for some game mode testing. I'm actually going to just kind of make a quick floor layout, actually. So the idea here is that this game mode system can work with a lot of stuff, but by default it was set up to work with Trouble in Terrorist Town. Welcome back. Yeah, my trip was honestly phenomenal. I got to go to the Vancouver anime convention called Enerevo, and it was great. I went with my girlfriend. It was tremendous. She had a much better cosplay than me, but yeah, it was really nice. Genuinely phenomenal experience. Now, I have been there before, so it wasn't the first time I've done it, but yeah, I always enjoy opportunities to just kind of go ahead and... Honestly, I think we just need more excuses in society to... excuse me. We need more excuses in society to dress up in costumes for things. Halloween is not enough. Hello, welcome. A lot of the game mode stuff, very much. Yeah. A lot of the game mode stuff is basically kind of done. So I'm actually going through right now and just going to build out a test environment for, honestly, just kind of like a murder map. Not that it's going to be any good, but it's just going to be something that has some rooms. That looks hard to do. The layout stuff? Honestly, right now I'm kind of just focusing on a bunch of grid blockouts, which isn't too bad. It is a lot of figuring out some pretty... yeah, I'm kind of just mixing a bunch of room layout stuff in my head from some games that I've seen people enjoy or enjoyed myself. Oops. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and... Okay, we'll have this be slightly larger room. And then that bridges back to the main area there. I think this should notch up one. And then this floor section will be the same as this one. So we can actually just go and raise this whole section up a little bit. There we go. Alright, now, we just kind of go around and snap everything together. Yeah, so I'm just going to be kind of drawing some lines here a bit. How's everyone's day been? I've been honestly doing pretty good today. I accidentally took a little bit too long to make some steamed buns this morning, but problem quickly resolved by hitting start on the steamer. Doing pretty good? Nice, nice. Happy to hear that. This is going to be just kind of some annoying outline drawing. Unless there's like a select outer edges. Is that a thing? Select outer... I don't know. Just got to hear an in-person address by a certain individual named Shinya Takahashi. That one I'm going to Google for. Shinya Takahashi. Ah, that guy. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that sounds exciting. Hope that all went well. Nice, nice. Alright. 3 meters tall. That looks good. And then we can merge stuff around from here. This should bridge to there. What's happening? What a strange edge. Alright, just do this a different way. Why isn't this working? Oh well. I'm gonna go through and fill in all the hallway ceilings first. Then I can do proper grooves from there. It's kind of funny. I'm not used to honestly just kind of going and doing modeling for a stream. Usually my stuff is pretty heavy in terms of coding, and while I like doing that, it's kind of nice to have a different one. Yeah. Again, I'm just kind of doing some basic block out, gonna do some really generic furniture, but this is going to be the example environment that kind of comes with the kit for some game modes. Oh, that's yo, welcome back, Yuki. Nice. Sounds like you're having a good vacation then. I'm effectively back from vacation now, so we should be back at these streams a little bit more than once every 3 weeks. That's the hope. Yeah, see how things are going and crank out a few more of these. It's like 5:18 a.m. Wow, okay. That is certainly not the time it is here. That's funny. Well, here's to a lovely trip you're having. Alright. Let's just now so it's a bit more visible what we got and what we don't. Oop. Oh, it's thinking. Give it a sec. Blender is coming up with some. There we go. Alright. Technology. Alright, backface culling. We'll do recalculate. Inside. There we go. Does anyone remember what the Blender control is for the kind of generic third-person character movement? Controller? Oh, first person. I know there's a button for it. To the internet. Let's see. I want to catch up more some sleep. Want to say hello. Yeah, well, make sure you get some good rest in. If you'd like to come back, the VOD will be up for you. But happy to see you. Enjoy yourself a good trip and a good sleep. Shift X. Okay, though that's the flight one. Okay, so I guess we need to do new navigation, walk navigation. This is still the flying one where I can go in and out of everything. Oh well. This seems to relatively feel like a real space. Let's first, we're gonna beef up this hallway a little bit. Okay. Alright, well, before I do anything else, I need to save this. Alright, so grab the file path there. Go to models. Whoops. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do, but... Well, we didn't need the other environment anyway. That's fine. Alright. Give this one a nice tall ceiling. This one can have a good sized one as well. Alright, we shall call this, something. Demo house. Alright, just come up with a few basic furniture items. It's just counters and shelves. This top one will be shorter. Some kind of wooden shelf. Ooh, I need to sneeze 1 second. Haha, managed to mute. Suck it, whoever wanted to hear me sneeze. Because that's weird. Alright, I think I'll probably move all the furniture items over here. Just kind of prefab them out. Just get a wood tone thing in here. version. Go. Alright, so we have a stand, we have a storage wardrobe thing. Yeah, table here. Oh, let's do like a bed. Man, I love prototype modeling. It's such a relaxing thing because you don't really have to care about the performance or the detail of any of it. You just need to get a silhouette. Let's give this a fabric kind of feel. Okay. And a pillow for good measure. Prototyping stuff in VRC is a great way to practice 3D modeling skills. Yeah, honestly, just finding any excuse to just come up with some demo objects is always a joy for me. Be it VRC creation or not. There we go. This is bad enough. Alright. Toss in some lamps. Lamps are another one that's pretty easy to just come up with a prototype version of. Because, like, a lamp does not need to be complicated. Outside, let's get a emission on this. Bulk. Start here. Insert 0.25. Insert 0.125? No, 0.0. There we go. Okay, almost. Nice. Edge loop. Am I over designing my prototype lamp? Yeah, possibly. Do I care? No. Alright, I like lamps to be slightly above head level. Most of the lamps I buy are head level, which is kind of annoying because I don't like looking straight and then suddenly, ow, my eyes. Behold, the light of God. I'm not huge on that, I'll be honest. I think this wood needs to be less saturated still. Yeah, okay. Let's get some dressers. Yeah, a smaller box with drawers in it that you can come across. Yo, hello, how's it going? This can be the bucket what they got here. Yeah, comments, good to hear. Comment stuff is actually doing pretty good to the point that I'm actually just making the demo environment that we're going to use for the game modes. It's going to be pretty, well, it's going to be a house that you go around and you grab stuff. At least for this game mode. There might be an outdoor environment for a different one. But let's be honest, 99% of game modes in VR chat are in a house for some reason. Haven't quite nailed down the why on that one. But people like playing games in a house. There's probably something there, but I don't know. Yeah, just going around and making a bunch of assets for that. People enjoy home defense. I own a VR headset for home defense. This looks certifiably table-like. Now for some chairs. I'm literally just looking over at the chairs in my kitchen to try to figure out what, like, a chair height should be next to the size of the table. The worst part is, it's still gonna be wrong. What am I doing? Why am I making this chair at a 90-degree angle? Why? Why do I do this? Grid fill. God, grid fill is so much better in 4.5. It actually, like, does things that I want it to, instead of things that I don't want it to. Which is what it's normally good at. This is set for Fizzbones and Worlds. Yes, I am more than happy to have a standardized interaction system for things that I'm making. I don't want to have to build my own hand trackers and everything and collision system. If we can just get that built in, please, I beg you. So yes, that will be something I make use of when it comes out. Very, very much. Alright, that feels cherish enough. Alright, now for the real one. The door. So I made all of my doorways at least 1 meter thick. Except for the ones that I just didn't. Such as all of the ones with the slope. Alright, I think I rectify that. This is definitely a much less gradual incline now. but should be fine with the proper application of some drag selects. Yeah, that's probably wheelchair accessible. This is wheelchair accessible, I tell myself. OSHA will have no complaints, I tell myself. There, I think that's good. I should do exactly what I wanted to. I'm looking to hyperfixate on that when it comes around native levers and buttons. I hope someone gets mechas working. Yo, mechas are definitely something that you just like. They're not really very common in VR chat for a lot of reasons, but I would definitely... Every time I've tried mecha controls in VR, it's always been a little bit annoying, and hopefully that's one of the things that Fizzbones makes easier. Just having good controls for that kind of thing. Alright. Doorways should all be fixed now, meaning I can just go ahead and build a door frame for it. Alright, let's do 0.2, non-individual. No. 0.1. 0.1, yeah. Alright. Now let's properly work on this door. No, I won't have the doorknob built into the door. I want it to be a separate model so that I can have it be clickable in its own right. Yep. Hauling and jury with an existing vehicle system, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see what people end up making out of this stuff. Obviously, it can only really be battle tested once we get it. Which, let's be honest, might be a bit. Here's hoping that it is less far away than I expect these things to be. But Hmm. You know, the door doesn't need to be fancy. Cube. Bring forth the doorknob. The doorknob. Alright. This will be door. Door frame. Actually, door will be door body. And this will be door knob. Parent those to frame. Scale Y 5. Alright, let's get our wood colorations in here. Okay, that's gonna have to change. The root of the door should be there. Origin to origin to 3D cursor. There it is. All right. That's a door. Ish. Kind of. You can call that a door. It's door enough. Yeah. Alright, let's figure out what the actual house is gonna look like. Let's go ahead and have a paint white. Down a bit, a little blue. Roughness at 0.94. I'll select everything that is not the ground. Did I get in? There. So that can go back to being wood. This gives us white paint walls. Let's have a paint gray. This will be for ceilings. any ceiling blocks I can find. Alright, that looks like we got total coverage. Yeah, alright. Alright, we have a lot of rooms where a lamp, floor lamp won't make sense, so let's go ahead and make a ceiling lamp. It's, very simple. Apply rotation. Alright, ceiling lamp. This is... Maybe we'll make it a bit squatter. Then I'll have a longer variant. For the big rooms around here. Alright, actually, since we swapped to white for that, I think these door frames need to be white again. Simple enough. So, slight modifications to the framing on this. Go ahead, turn it into white. Test one up here. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Maybe I should make it flush. It'll be a bit of an entryway for every door you go through, but... that shouldn't be bad. Cursor. Yeah, that actually works quite well. Awesome. Oops. Alright, let's have a bit more of a finagle here. We need a bit more furniture for these larger rooms. Maybe just some like pillars. Nah, I won't deal with support pillars right now. I'm trying to think what to put in the big room here. Ooh, missed this wall. There's supposed to be white paint. Let's just toss the demo in, see what happens. How does this look? Okay. Yeah, I think we can work with that pretty well. Probably make some fake windows. So we're not gonna have real windows. Real windows are for expensive houses. Make that. I'll black frame that and then give it some an opaque glass. If Blender's Render likes that. There we go. Put that over here. Get it for a wider one. That should be all the windows we need. Alright, let's go ahead and name everything here. Props. Enter, sure. Sand. Table. Chair. Light floor. Light ceiling. Short. window 1, and crop window 2. Building frame. And Economiximo, reference, body. Alright. Actually, I think last thing we can do is just do a full-on box projection map for everything here. So that lets us make some single texture triplanars and some detailing. What do I have to do? Oh. Curious. You re-export demo arena because I accidentally overrode it. We're not in a scene that uses it, so nothing broke. Yeah, there we go. Export this to demo arena. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead, get rid of our demo arena here, and drop in our demo house. That in. Alright, so let's see here. We won't need a directional light in the scene because everything will be indoors. I'll just set that to be 0, 0. Let's get the lighting tab out here. Environment lighting gradient. Alright, we can start with that. We'll probably need to dip it to be darker later, but that's once we get some prefab set up. What's happened here? Why has this happened? Odd. Oh well. Alright, let's make our door. Let's go ahead, prefab. Unpack this. Demo. Prefabs. Door frame. Hood. Can I actually drag all these in at once? Oh, yeah, there we go. Reset their positions. let's have our murder demo house in. Yeah, we'll move that one into its own folder for handling. We'll do a save as house models. There we go. Do that, put that in there. Alright, then we have our prefabs here. Prefabs will go into house. We'll have a folder for materials. Extract the materials to here. Alright. I'm sure to break a million things because of the order that I did all this in. However, whatever. Wood, white, gray. Wood, paint white, and paint gray. Alright. I have some handy dandy noise textures stored somewhere on this computer. Which I'm sure will be useful for this. Okay, I just want something that can be a little bit of noise in the paint. Which honestly, yeah, I think this will work good. Noise number 10. Let's go ahead and go to our second map. Obviously, we don't need to be scaled. I thought that you could. Kind of thought you could have a slider for secondary map transparency, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, let's see what the VRChat mobile standard lit does. Does that have that? No. Oh, standard light. That's standard light. In that case, we can quickly whip up Photoshop, slap this texture with a lot of white, and then it's just going to be a very barren noise texture. I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't want it to be super noticeable. We just want there to be some noise in it. Well, that's certainly not noticeable. But what if I stop using it for secondary map? Instead use it for the albedo. That's a little bit better. Yeah, okay. With lighting, this will be a bit better. Lighting is not something we have right now. Alright, in that case, we can start putting down some prefabs in here. Oh, okay, we can start fixing the prefabs. Because I did all the material swaps and everything before. This one should be a little bit obnoxious. You know, no, it'd be way faster to just remake them. Let's go to our prefabs folder. All of them. Pop them in. Yep. Alright, well, let's start with some, honestly, some snapping. Can I enable rotation snapping? Is that a thing you can do? I thought for sure it was. Rotation snapping by default. Oh well. Well, let's fix the doorknob. Just being wacky for some reason. I don't want to snap to 0.5, I want to snap to 1. I'll speed things up tremendously. Now we need some for rooms over here. Okay. Let's get some beds over here. These ones are small enough rooms that they might just get a nightstand. Though it might make sense to just extend them a bit. I've kind of put an arbitrary limitation in place that I'm going to stay within this 20 by 40 section here for the actual layout. I don't really have a reason why I did that, but it's just a thing to design with. Where the up to? No, I want demo house. Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. I just have to fix every door. Fortunately, very easy. Just grab them all. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Alright, there. You're not finished with this yet? Well, there's a lot to continue adding and developing on. What I'm actually doing today is the demo scene for it. So we have a few game modes, or we have one game mode pretty robustly built out. And that's just first team to die loses, essentially. Or last team standing wins is what the proper rule set is. So I'm just building a demo environment for it, so we can properly show it off. Yeah, glad you think so. Probably go ahead and actually set the stuff on here. It's amazing how big things end up when you actually, like, start making them. I thought this room was going to be massive, and I filled it up pretty quickly with the stuff in it. Just in terms of ability to move around in it. I can swap back to 1 meter snapping now that I'm done with placing chairs. There's a lot of furniture that goes into a building. I know I haven't been the most talkative, but for chatting through this while I'm just kind of getting everything set up here. There's a lot of just like, it's almost like building out environments for VR chat. Say, trained to skill that people can have. And kind of the thing that I haven't done a whole lot of, realistically speaking. It's fun, I just haven't done that much of it. I tend to be on the, hey, something needs to be coded side rather than the, hey, something needs to be furnished. It's kind of odd because I do really enjoy organizing rooms and furnishing places in real life. It's just one of the things that I never kind of really dove into in VR chat itself. Well, I'm gonna do what I should have done earlier and start putting colliders on these things. That way they snap a bit better. Environment shall have a mesh collider. Alright. Let's go ahead and actually give these some lights. Oops. Yeah, we actually have to make it a channel to this. This will not cast shadows. I have some temporary lighting in here. It's not baked, so only some of them are showing up. Like this one is, but this one is only from certain angles. But again, not yet baked. I kind of want to make this into a bit of a library study area. Let's see what Pinterest has for references here. Yep, it's shelves, tables, cushioning chairs. I don't want a model cushioning chair. Not today. Windows. You can do Windows. What is a bookshelf shape? Individual origins, scale on C.5. Let's stick these in. Yeah, that probably works best. Now it's for some randomly placed books. Let's give them a random scale. Randomly insert on Z a bit. Wait, no, that's Y. This is the kind of thing that, like, I feel if I knew how geometry nodes worked, it would go a lot quicker. But I don't. And today will not be the day I learn geometry nodes. Alright, that looks like a moderate collection of books. The books will be... sure, green. So if I want to grab that, all these under here, add that, drop in a new one, prefab, unpack. We're gonna grab that new prop bookshelf just made, and over here, give the old box collider, and prefab it. The study. All right. Okay, scale on -1 and no one will know. Easy. I might know if I bump them up against each other like that. So I won't. What I will do instead is bring out a stand. And this will be where they look at books, I guess. I don't know, I'm not really a frequent library goer myself. Nor do I have a study. Probably have a window in the bedrooms. Actually, didn't need to be rotated. This is acting like it doesn't have the mesh glider on it. I don't really know what to do with this first big room. Hypothetically, it's the one that you spawn in, but... Alright. This feels mostly pretty good for now. Let's do... honestly, we could probably get away with just using Unity's light map atlaser. And let's go with that for now. I won't be light baking here on stream because, I mean, this hasn't exactly been the most exciting stream yet, and light baking would put it at the least exciting stream yet. So, let's actually put the... Where's our spawn? There we go. Put that there, and just gonna walk around, see how it looks. Alright, yeah, so obviously there's no shadows at the moment, but yeah, the idea is this will be a open first area. I should probably have a door here. Look up, go through here, and there's the little library study area. Through, it's just kind of a game table maybe. Power room. Lots of bedrooms, big bedroom, hallway. Each of these three have their own beds as well. Go down here into the kitchen area and come back through this hallway room, the hallway. Then bang, you're back at the start. I think that is a good small environment to play a game during. And I think there's a lot of things that can be set up to work with this. So let's say you're playing murder. Well, now, if you're using this environment for that, there's a few additional things that I need to set up to make murder workable. Like, there needs to be spots where you can randomly spawn a prop, and that has to reset at the end of a game and, well, at the start of a new game. And murder, famously, you find clues and that gives you a gun. So there will be like little checks that you have to do locally to do that, and that should be easy enough to set up. It's just one of the things that someone would want in this kind of use case. So I think, honestly, that would be a pretty quick thing to set up here and now. Let's just go ahead and weapon spawn S. Alright, close out of a bunch of things. So we still have a bunch of stuff open from when we were doing all the game mode editing. Sorry. Do you have a way for knowing when a game starts yet? No, not yet. That's something I'd have to rig up as well. Having callbacks for when game modes change. Shouldn't be that bad. Won't be a today thing. We just have a few minutes here left. Honestly, yeah, I think this has gone pretty well. Might call it a little bit early here, just so we can, well, kind of end off the day without me rambling too much about nothing to fill up space. But yeah, I think this demo environment will work pretty well for a few different game mode types. Honestly, if anyone has any specific game modes they want to see, let me know, or post in the server. That'll kind of help design the features that I need to be hitting. Is like, oh, well, do we want like tag where someone doesn't die but it changes their team? Like that would be a very different thing that I don't currently have set up. But if that's something people would like sooner than later, then that's the exact kind of thing that I can just, oh sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and set up a quote-unquote tag game mode. How to step away for a bit? Yeah, thanks, 6. So we have a front entryway here. Doesn't really have much of a purpose other than being a big room. Hallway room before kitchen. Go upstairs here to the hallway with all the bedrooms. Big bedroom here. Some small bedrooms in the library area. And in here is just the games room, question mark. It does need a window. That's for sure. Oh, and I needed a door here. There we go. Alright. Some detailing can be done to this in the future. Yeah, for right now. This works quite well. Well, it was lovely being back and having everyone stop by, kind of hang out for a little bit, and just kind of ease our way back into things. I mean, I didn't even code this stream. I made a new script, but I didn't do anything with it. Honestly, I was kind of surprised when I came back and saw that the game mode thing just kind of worked. I guess I did set it up. That is a thing I did. It had just been a few weeks, so I kind of forgot that the game system TTT thing just works. This should probably be renamed because it's game system team elimination, essentially. But yeah, I'm glad it's just kind of working. Well, we'll probably poke around at this a bit more on Thursday, though maybe we'll pop into some NPC stuff. I haven't worked on that in a long while, and honestly, I'm not quite sure what more it needs right now. Probably just some expansions to the features that it has here and there, and just some cleanup on the tooling. But honestly, I'm just kind of being held back by not having great animations for the characters. Because sure, I can use Mixamo animations and stuff, but then I can't redistribute that. So I'll likely have to commission some generic character animations if I want to improve the visuals along that front. But I think beyond that, yeah, I guess I can go ahead and end her off here for today. As I was saying, it was great seeing everyone, and yeah, take care and have a good day. See you on Thursday.